Sir, I have a question regarding trunk.
Parvinder, we have not started trunk yet. So let me start the topic and we can have more discussion on the trunk topic. Okay.
One more regarding the DHCP.
So let me start the topic. Okay. So it's like consider this is day one today for the ENCOR
Okay,
classes. And the last two classes was like CCNA revision. Okay.
got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, so that we do not get distracted for 10-15 minutes, so that I can start a topic, I have put you all on mute, but I'll be going to unmute you in between the session. Okay. So I hope you can see my screen now. Yes, everyone. Screen is visible. Okay, great. So when I ask you, like, you can put down in the comments also. Okay, so welcome guys for CCNP class. And if anybody is watching me for the first time for CCNP ENCOR, so we have already covered a fundamental like class where we have already discussed the topics of CCNP ENCOR, like what all things we have to learn in the CCNP ENCOR. So just a quick review for 2 minutes, not more than that. What we will be going to learn in the CCNP ENCOR. Yeah, recording is going on, don't worry. Okay, I don't know why the page is not getting open. Okay, so let me add here. Let me add a screenshot. So these are the topics what we'll be going to cover. So the topics are, okay, so packet switching. Okay, so we'll be starting from the enterprise network architecture. So today we'll be covering the first topic, then packet switching and forwarding, LAN connectivity, spanning tree, port aggregation, EIGRP, OSPF. Then we'll talk about OSPF for IPv6 and then BGP. Okay, so this is day 24. And after that, we will be covering these topics, which is at BGP, obviously, in again, and this is HSRP. Some network services topic, maybe like NAT or something like that. So then with GRE and IPsec, which is VPN tunnel, Lisp and VXLAN, which is very important for SD-WAN, because after this batch, if you prepare for your SD-WAN classes, so in SD-WAN also you learn about some Lisp and VXLAN. So then we learn about multicast, quality of service, SD-WAN overview, SD access. Okay, so this is till days, I think, yeah, day 15 is quality of service. Okay, and then we have some network assurance and wireless concepts, wireless deployment, how we can configure wireless. Okay, some security topics related to port security and all. Okay, so after that, virtualization, some DNA center concepts, then network automation. Why network automation is important. Then we'll talk about REST APIs, which is like application programming interface, which is not related to programming. Don't worry. We will not be doing any coding here. But yes, we'll be writing some network automation basic scripts. Already it is available on internet. We just need to understand the scripts. Okay, means how to configure telnet on multiple devices. Okay, means yes, network automation basics. If you want to learn network automation after that, what is the scope? So most of you are learning, like you have done CCNA. Now you guys are learning ENCOR. Maybe you are also having an RC knowledge. What after that? So after that, you guys can go for SD-WAN. Okay, and after that, you can learn for Python for network engineers, or you can call this DevNet also. So this is the career track, and add-ons. Like if you want to add on in your career, you can learn some firewalls. You can learn some load balancers like F5 load, uh, local traffic manager. So these are add-ons. So if you learn the add-ons, you get more salary. But this is the normal track for everyone nowadays. Like people learn about ENCOR and RC. SD-WAN is also very important nowadays. And network automation is obviously very important. And after that, you guys are going to learn AWS or Azure. That's your choice. And then you will be learning about Azure and AWS cloud security certifications. Okay, like there is a certification in Azure, Azure 500 and Azure 700. Means this is the career path for your next 1 year. Okay, तो ये अभी ट्रेंड में ये चल रहा है. This is the most happening things what is going on in the industry. Okay, clear? So people can move into cybersecurity also. That is completely different. But this is what you need to focus, that I have to clear my CCNA, CCNP very well so that I can learn after that SD-WAN, network automation, firewalls, load F5 load balancer. Okay. And after that, once I become very good in networking, so this is all, these all three are networking courses, right? All three lines you can say. And after that, you can get into cloud and cloud security or cyber security. That is your choice. But before that, you need to focus on these three things. Okay. Okay, so the first chapter, like we'll be learning today, enterprise network architecture. So this is the topic. So let me write here CCNP ENCOR topics. Okay, so let me write a new card. So I'll be using these notes here, and these notes will be the link I'll be sharing after the class, and this link will be with you for a lifetime, right? So you can also ask me after the batch. I will give you PDF also. So if you want, you can take a printout. Okay, like I'm doing a batch of my previous batch, like suppose a CCNP NRC. So you can see this is how I maintain my notes and share with all my students, so they can refer these notes after the batch also. Okay. So this is the same kind of notes I'll be preparing for now CCNP ENCOR. Okay, so this is the ENCOR topics. This is day 1. So we'll be learning today the first section, which is enterprise network architecture. Okay, so this is the topic name. Okay, or you can say the chapter name. Sohail, BGP is not in detail, but yes, we have a lot of topics in BGP and in core also. But if you want to go in deep dive, then you should go and join the CCNP and RC module also. Okay, so what we'll be learning here, guys? Okay, so let's talk about, there are 3 types of layers. Okay, so whenever you join any company, okay, so normally we have in companies 3-layer architecture. This is called hierarchical structure. Okay, so in a company we have access layer, distribution layer, and core layer. Okay, let's talk about these layers. Okay, and this batch is fully focused on CCNP and core exam. So after the batch, you will be able to clear your CCNP certification. Okay, so what is this access layer? So the access layer means all your devices like servers, okay, all your printers, laptops, all those devices will be connected with the access layer. Yeah. Okay, so this is access layer where all your computers will be connected. Okay, like you will be having wired connectivity. So wired devices means the devices with connected with cables, devices connected with wireless. Okay, all the end devices. End devices means the user devices are called end devices. They will be connected on these devices, and these devices are in the category, or you can say this is a category. So this is called access layer. So Cisco will call this access layer, that where we connect all the end devices, that is called access layer. And then these access layer devices further connected to some advanced devices. So these devices are called distribution devices. Distribution devices where all the access layer devices are connected. And further on, okay, like a lot of other distribution devices also, like maybe you have different buildings. So their distribution device is also connected to the core. Like we have one building example. So all these distribution connected to the core. There is another building distribution devices, access layer devices, right? So their distribution also connected with the core. Means this core layer devices are used when you have multi-branch offices where all the distribution devices, okay, all the distribution devices with the core. So if you talk about access layer, so access layer provide a lot of features. Okay, like if I talk about, okay, so the access layer provides security. So what type of security you get here in access layer? There is a concept called port security. So what is port security, which we will be going to learn? Okay, suppose a computer is there. This is our manager laptop. And if anybody is going to use this cable, suppose any normal engineer is trying, he's not a manager. If he uses the LAN cable in his laptop, the port will be shut down. Okay, that's called port security. Some of you might be learn in the CCNA, but don't worry, we'll be learning that kind of security we have. Okay, and also this layer you can configure quality of service, like if you want to give priority to voice traffic. Okay, and it offers power over in Ethernet. What is power over Ethernet? So these devices are available in the market with PoE. Okay, suppose you buy a switch from Cisco. So that is like maybe 3950 3750. So now Cisco will ask you, do you want a normal switch or you want a PoE switch? So if you buy a PoE switch, it will cost you little more, but with the PoE switch, you can give power to Wi-Fi devices. Means you do not have to plug extra power to access point. So the access point Wi-Fi devices will take a power from PoE. The same case, there are IP phones in the market, okay, which are like VoIP phones, voice over IP calling phones. So these VoIP phones also need a power, and they also get a power from PoE. PoE stand for power over Ethernet. And nowadays also, like you heard about IP camera. So IP camera also need a power, that it is going to take the power also again from the PoE switch. But if you do not use PoE in your company, then all your these devices, IP phones, IP camera, all these devices need power standalone. Okay, or like you need to give extra power. Okay, so example. So just an example of PoE. So you can see this is a PoE switch. It is not a Cisco switch, just I got it from Google. Okay, so consider this kind of switch is available of Cisco also, where you can connect to multiple devices. And by looking at switch, you can't see the difference. Okay, so you can't see the difference, that there is a difference, but there are some commands, okay, which you can see this is a PoE device or not. So power cord, network cable, so you can see. Okay, so these switches are giving power to the Wi-Fi access point, cameras, and also IP phones. So a lot of devices are there which takes power from the. एक और एग्जांपल देता हूं तुम्हें. Let me give one more example. The image is little blur. Okay, it means PoE switch can give power to wireless access point, some IP phones, IP cameras. So a lot of devices are available in the market. Okay, so remember we are talking about access layer. So access layer provides security, quality of service. Okay, and also it gives you PoE, power over Ethernet functionality, and also it has CDP. CDP stand for Cisco Discovery Protocol. Okay, and also there is another similar protocol like CDP that is called LLDP, which is Link Layer Discovery Protocol. Okay, and also it is used to give power to wireless access point and IP phones. So all these devices like access point, IP phones, okay, when we talk about CDP, when we talk about power over Ethernet, so all these functionality provided by access layer. Okay, so that is the done. CDP, LLDP will talk. This is again overview of enterprise network architecture. The first chapter explain us the design of the company. Okay, the first today chapter is focused on design. We will be talking about CDP, LLDP, access point. Okay, these things will cover in detail. Don't worry. So आज हमें सिर्फ overview लेना है. Okay, so today is like a overview session. Okay, so means if you got a question in your exam, okay, tell me what all features we have in access layer. Then you can choose, okay, power over Ethernet, CDP, link layer discovery protocol. You can connect access point with the access layer. IP phones you can connect with the access layer. So now what is distribution layer? Okay, so distribution layer is normally where we are going to do the routing between access layer and core layer. And here also we will be going to deploy the, so the access layer. Now we have distribution layer. So the distribution layer is the place where routing will be enabled. Routing will be enabled. We will be doing routing between access layer and the core layers. So what do I mean? So because when you understand this topology, okay, so consider you have VLANs like VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30. And I'm sure you know in companies, all three multiple VLANs have different networks. Yes, like maybe 10.0 network. This will be in different network 20.0. This will be in different network, maybe 30.0. So all VLANs have different networks. And these networks will go to distribution layer. Okay. But if a user who is sitting here and try to access the internet, this is the laptop and core layer is connected with internet. So how my user traffic will go from distribution to core to internet? So this device, which is called core layer device, okay, so this device will only accept my packet if this network is available on the core layer routing table. Yes, in the routing table of core, we should have all my access layer networks in the routing table. Okay, like 10.0, 20.0, 30.0. So if my core layer has all the information, then only the users will be able to access the internet. Because if you do not share your network with core layer, so whenever you forward packet, core layer will reject your packet. तो आपके जो नेटवर्क्स होते हैं VLAN 10, 20, 30 के जो सबनेट है, ये कोर लेयर के राउटिंग टेबल में होने चाहिए. ओके, सो अगर ये नहीं होंगे तो ये पिंग ही नहीं करेगा. Okay, so you should have all your networks in the routing table. And if you do not have those networks in the routing table, the device, the core layer device, whether it is a router or a switch, is going to drop the packet. Okay, so it means the distribution layer will work as a inter VLAN mechanism, so that all VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, their gateways will be distribution layer devices. So we'll be going to configure the inter VLAN on distribution layer with some concepts like SVI, switch virtual interface. And when we create SVI here, so we will be running a protocol like maybe OSPF, EAGRP. So this device will share all VLAN information with the core layer, and this is how it works. So basically, distribution layer is responsible for routing, and it will help us in the company network to connect access layer and the core layers. And we can do load balancing here, load balancing in the terms of gateway load balancing. So if my one of the device fail, I want all my traffic to go from another device. Okay, that's kind of a load balancing, or what failover also. If one device fail, you want to forward your traffic from the another side. So these are like distribution layer features. So also these are depends in industry to industry. So these device are different in company to company perspective. ठीक है, तो कंपनी के अकॉर्डिंग थोड़ा थोड़ा डिफरेंट रहते हैं. So if you see this design, this is my core layer. Okay, so if this is my branch office, okay, so my branch office have distribution layer devices, and all my building floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, all switches are connected with the distribution switches, and the distribution then switches connected to the core. The same way, we have another network department maybe, okay, where we have, you can see internet. Okay, we got internet, and that cables are also coming in the distribution, this layer. Okay, then we have some MPLS kind of connection. We have wireless network in our company, and these network layer, distribution layer mean also connected to the core. So basically, core is not always for internet. Okay, core means that you are connecting your branch offices, connecting your what we call internet, connecting your MPLS network, connecting your data center networks. So company designs are very robust, very complex, but we need to understand by doing a lot of brainstorming in our company. So I have seen a lot of people join good companies, but they do not try to figure it out how their company network is working. So now there is a homework for all of you. If you guys are working, so try to understand your company network. If you guys are working, okay, and try to discuss. Do not share the full pictures, okay, in the chat rooms, in the discussion rooms of networkings. We do not want to see your real designs, but try to create on packet tracer. Try to just share information, how your company network is working, how they have, why they have firewalls, why they have. So when you try to discuss with other fellow members, they will share their network, and this is how mutually we are going to learn together. Okay. So I do not want this batch to be one-sided. So थोड़ा सा participate करना पड़ेगा. Okay. Clear everyone? So when I teach an RC, because it is normal like 3-4 topics like OSPF, BGP, like MPLS and all. Okay, but this batch is fully of enterprise. So obviously here you need to participate a lot, because the syllabus is also very what we call, the syllabus is also diversifying different technologies. तो बहुत ज्यादा इसमें टेक्नोलॉजी भी है. Okay, so it's like you need to revise the topics again and again. But remember one thing, if you become certified, so once you become CCNP certified, once you have good knowledge, so the best part, you do not have to learn these topics again and again throughout your life. Okay, let's give challenge to ourselves. We will learn this ENCOR in this batch. And now after that, I will move to another further advanced programs. I will not stuck myself into ENCOR. Okay, let's take a pledge, all brothers and sisters. Okay, great. See, this is good for you only. I can only help you to focus. Okay. So basically क्या होता है companies में, if you see, so there are two type of designs, depends again company to company. So if you see this picture, what I'll be sharing. अरे आज okay, I think I have to add from here. Okay, so if you see this, so LAN topology with the core layer. So basically what happens, like if you have multiple branch offices, okay, so I remember when I was working with Apple, okay, we have multiple locations like Hyderabad, okay, like Chennai, Bangalore. So we have given projects to different companies also, like Wipro, Infosys also, right? So all these locations, their links are coming to the data center, like in Mumbai and also in Chennai. So consider this is like Mumbai data center office and this is Chennai. So all the cables from different offices are coming in one of the location. Okay. And you can call them, these are distribution. So distribution is just a normal, like general word. Okay. Distribution is not a switch. It is like a type of distribution is uh, like a category. Okay. Like all your LAN devices, all your computers connect with the access layer, and then all those access layer devices connect with their distribution. And if your company is big, their all distribution is connected with the core switches. Maybe they are on the same network, maybe it is a university design, maybe you do not have multiple offices in different cities. Maybe this is an example of one big university, or you can take an example of different location offices also, like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and all. So if it is different locations, so who is going to give these links? So these links, which will be connecting from Delhi to Chennai to Mumbai, all these links are provided by ISP, and these links are called private links. Okay, and private links like uses technologies like MPLS, VPLS. Okay, so these are the technologies of ISP which will give you private connection. Okay, that's why they are very famous in the market, MPLS and all. So because the ISP is giving you connection from Delhi to Mumbai, and they are just giving you the cable connection, because you cannot have your own cables from Delhi to Mumbai. Okay, and in some of the design, maybe your company do not need a core layer. Here, what you have done, all the branch offices, all the offices are connected to each other. Okay. So that totally depends on the design to design. But Cisco, what Cisco recommend? Okay, so what Cisco recommends? Cisco, because they want, this is very old design. This is called 3-layer architecture. ये जो भी हम पढ़ रहे थे ना, so this design is called 3-layer architecture, because we have core layer, distribution layer. Okay, and that's why it is called 3-tier design. So this is example of 3-tier design. And if you do not have like a core layer, then it is called 2-tier design. You do not just remove the core layer, and then it is called 2-tier design. ठीक है, तो मतलब अगर आप सिर्फ आपके पास कोर लेयर नहीं है, okay, if it is like this, you do not have the core layer, this is two-tier design. And if it is all three, then this is example of three-tier design, okay, or three-layer design also you can say. So what about only access and core layer? No, access or core कैसे हो सकता है यार? Core is always a again I'm saying this core. Okay, let me go to Cisco website, because if company asks you to create a design like this, you will be confused. Oh man, I want to buy core layer devices. So core layer is not such a kind of a device. Just the high end devices are called core layer. So you can see on the top here. So when I go to Cisco website, if you guys can see my screen. Okay, so here in the section, there is a access networking, means all the access layer devices here, access networking. So you can see in access layer, we have switching solutions, we have wireless solutions, we have cloud solutions. I want to see switching solutions. Click on switches. Now the latest series switches in the market is around 9,000 series. Okay, earlier it was 3750, 3950. Lot of models are available. You can see here access, core, and distribution. So according to the company to company devices, they have switches for every network. Okay, so when it goes to, when you say access, so access layer में कौन से दिख रहे हैं देखो. In the access layer, it is 9300, 9400, 9 MS390, 9200. Okay, and Cisco keep updating these models on timely. Access layer. Okay, do not just remember or cram all these numbers. Okay, so but yes, these are the latest ones. Okay, 9400 series. You can explore the data sheet. This is how engineers check. So 92 and 93 and 94 are. Now remember, in access layer, if anybody is taking your interview, you can say, so we have three types of series nowadays: 9200 series, 93 and 94. So what's the difference? Now you can see the difference by reading these data sheets. Okay, like we have 24 to 48 port. This device 9200 also have different models. Okay, so this is a 24PB, this is a 24PXG, and this is 24TP. Okay, so this is ideal for SD access deployment. So when you understand, this is a new technology where you can manage all your LAN network with a software of Cisco that is called Cisco DNA. Okay, so, but yes, if you see here, you can go up to 160 GB of traffic. The total throughput means the maximum load the device can handle is around 160 GB per second. 160 GB का ट्रैफिक आप इस पे से पास कर सकते हो. ठीक है, सो इफ यू गो एंड सी 9200 मल्टी गीगाबिट, सो दिस इज आल्सो सिमिलर. ओके, बट क्या सिमिलर, but we have PoE switches here. Can you see that 30 watt PoE? So if you want to give a power to the devices, then this C9224PXG model is good, because the device is going to give the power to some network devices also. Okay, so in the looks, both are going to be same. तो ये सब सेम ही दिखेंगे देखने में तो. Okay, look wise they all are same. Just there is a slight difference. Okay, like this is 24PXG, this is 24TP. Okay, and this is a small model, guys, because it is going to be little less costly, because the maximum throughput is 80 GB. If you go here, now you can see there is a very small 9200CX model, which is very small. It is like a $1,000 device, 1200 something. तो ये इनका सबसे इनिशियल मॉडल है. दिस इज द बेस मॉडल where you get around 8 to 12 ports. Okay, you do not get 24. It can give you power also. Okay, it can give you some ports, but it is fanless compact design. Fanless मतलब इसमें fan ही नहीं है. Okay, it does not have fan, so it is not for very big production network. It is for normal kind of small scale businesses. Okay, so you can see this is the 9200 CX, the smallest model of 9200 series. Okay, this is how you understand the product. And there is no shortcut. So when you work, when you read the data sheets before any interview, if you just remember one or two models, because they are going to ask, okay, you have done CCNP, tell me on which devices you have worked on. And trust me, in Cisco, mostly all devices command line is same when it comes to the normal iOS devices. Okay, there is a slight difference between data center devices, that is totally different devices. But normally, if you configure 9200, this device or this device, the configuration wise, all the devices will be same. So this is what I have given you example of access layer. Now you can see core and distribution. So why this core and distribution is combined? Because if your company has this design, like you have distribution layer and you have core layer, so it means the same type of model you can use in distribution and you can also use in the core layer. Then how you will choose? You can choose according to the throughput. You can choose according to the bandwidth. So you can see this. This is just one device. This is one device of 9600. Now Cisco is asking you, tell me which module, which device you want. So this is the latest module. This is the chassis. Chassis means this is just a body, kind of. Okay, this is the body of 9600. And you can see this device can handle up to 25 terabytes of switching capacity. So now tell me, if you have this type of design in your company, when all your branch office, head office, okay, all traffic is going on from these devices. Okay, if you have a lot of traffic in your company, so you need core layer with high throughput or low throughput. Tell me. Throughput means the capacity of the devices. You need high throughput, yes? Yeah. So this is the big, like you got the secret today, how companies choose the right product, because they always check the throughput. If they have design like this, they need high throughput in the core layer, the low throughput in the distribution, and very low throughput they need in access layer, because just only computers and laptops are connected in the access layer. But the most, if you understand the packet flow, the most pressure on my core layer devices, because people from this location to this location to maybe another building, so everyone is going from the core layer. Yes or no? No, there is no such tool. Okay, so the highest pressure is on the core layer. Okay, that's why the core layer devices, you need to buy the latest hardware. And this is where the 9600 is giving you almost 6 terabytes of bandwidth. Okay, so it has a redundancy also, n+1. Okay, n+1 means if one of the power fails, you can see n+1 plus n. So we have 4 power supplies here. If one power supply fails, still we have 3 power supplies. Okay, means you can give power to this device from different power sources. And if one of the power fails, like still you have backup like 2 or 3 powers. Okay, so this has almost n+1, means a 4 power redundancy. This can work on AC and DC, both power supplies. Okay, and this is called SOUP. What is this SOUP? This is this is the chassis, and this is the SOUP. SOUP means supervisor engine. SOUP means SUP, supervisor. Okay, supervisor का short form है. Supervisor is SOUP module. So the SOUP is like brain. So these devices also have two brains. Okay, because these are core layer devices, we cannot take a risk that the device has only one brain, because they are not humans. We have only one, but in technology we can have multiple brains. Okay, so this is the supervisor engine 1, This is the supervisor engine 2. So why we have two brains? So suppose there is a very high load on this device, and due to this, like because of some problem and all, the device is getting heat, and automatically the supervisor engine is going to restart it automatically. Okay, or maybe there is a lot of CPU high, memory high, RAM is high, and this is why the device is getting reloaded again and again. So whenever the device get reload or shut down, or the software gets corrupt in the, because we need to install software in supervisor engine 1, also in the supervisor engine 2. So that currently, like all the company devices, they all work on one supervisor engine. So one will be active and one will be backup or standby. Okay, so standby mein rehta hai ek. So whenever anything happens wrong with the device, okay, I'm not talking about the power. Already we have multiple powers. So if one of the power fails, okay, still my supervisor engines are okay. So when my supervisor engine fails, that is one of the brain fails, automatically all my traffic will shift to supervisor engine 2. So in example, suppose you are running OSPF, you are running HSRP, you are running lot of other things. So automatically that all routing table will shift on the supervisor engine 2. Okay, so that's the best thing about this. Okay, and the supervisor engine module is like brain, which is for high availability. Okay, normally in company deployments, in the big company deployments, we are using these kind of things. Okay, so high availability is there. Okay, so these are another supervisor engine module. Like this can go up to 9.6 terabytes. And if you go back, this is going up to 25. Now it is completely up to you, that because this is the chassis, it is not going to cost too much. But when you want to buy different parts, like supervisor engine, agar aap choose karoge, now you have two options. You need a brain with the 25 terabytes of speed, or you are okay with slightly lower. So there is another supervisor engine module available, which is Sup 1. Okay. And this has around 9.6 terabytes per chassis. And now Cisco has this UADP ASIC, which is basically called Catalyst Unified Data Access Plane. Or you can say this is a chip which is called Application Software Integrated Circuit. So why Cisco switches are best? Because if you go and read this into detail, okay, they have chipset. Okay, like in Apple iPhone, they have A11, A12, A13 Bionic chips. Okay, kind of. So these are the chips basically. So earlier in 3850 models, we have UADP 1.0. Just hold on. Huh. So ye just just give me 1 minute. Take a break of 5 minutes, guys. Okay, 5 minutes break. Okay, guys. Anybody has a question?
Yes, sir. Can you
Hmm.
show us how to do switch stacking, sir? This is important.
Yeah, we'll cover, but like it's like stacking is basically like combining of multiple devices together. Do you want me to customize this batch that you tell me, guys, what topic I have to teach, or shall I go with my way?
Sir, your way.
It's better to go your way.
sir, your way.
Sir, your way.
Because
Oh.
stacking is definitely will discuss stacking and whatever, because some people like asking, see, there is a pattern. I have on the first 5 minutes I have given you instruction that these 30 topics we have to cover. Okay, and consider uh, like we have to at least cover one of the topic at least in one class. Okay, I'll discuss that. What we call, you're asking me switch stacking. It's not very complex topic, but if you ask me right now, maybe I can give you overview. But when I teach my way, I will give you the commands also how to configure stacking. Okay. Anything related to what I'm teaching right now? Any questions related to?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, how distribution and the core layer connected with the RGA or the fiber copper?
Totally depends. Like copper cables are also can transfer up to 10 GB of traffic or more than that, right? But if the distance is very high, suppose my access layer device is on ground floor and there is a distribution layer, maybe my distribution device is on the 7th floor, maybe my main server room is on the 7th floor. If the distance is more than 100 meters, then we have to use a fiber cables. Okay.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
So anybody can tell me is fiber is also using any technology or let me ask again. So like when we use Ethernet cable, the device uses MAC address, right? Like if two switches are connected with the normal Ethernet cable, the switches are going to learn MAC address of each other, right? When we use a fiber cable, which thing will be like what switches are going to learn?
Fiber or Ethernet, both are the medium, right? Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
a
correct.
connection.
Sohail is correct. So fiber and Ethernet both are cables, but both at the back end they are using a technology called Ethernet. Ethernet is a technology. Clear? And copper cable and fiber cable is a medium. Clear, everyone? Any other doubts?
Yes.
Sir, I just have a
Throughput,
question.
regarding throughput.
Yeah, John.
Yeah, regarding throughput, you said
Mhm.
that in Cisco website, you had showed the capacity, right? The
Mhm.
throughput like 80 gig or something.
Yeah.
It includes the uplink as well as the single access port interface speed as
Yes,
well,
the
right?
total device throughput, whether it is
Okay.
uplink, whether it is access, the total capacity is called throughput of the device.
So I can have one port as 20 gig, the other as 10 gig. Collectively, it supports up to 80
Yeah,
gig
collectively, the
only.
back end of the device is processing the traffic. So that processing, the maximum processing of traffic is called throughput. Like if a device can transfer up to 160 GB per second from all the ports, that is throughput, John.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes, Jyotika?
Yeah, sir, I just have a question that I have not yet done my CCNA. It's already, continuing with Amit sir on the weekends. So will I still be, I mean, I know CCNA a little bit. It's been 2 to 3 years. I have done that. Currently, I'm working as a network engineer. I got job on reference. So will I be able to still understand CCNP ENCOR as you're teaching, even if I have not yet completed my CCNA?
I think yes, because there will be no problem, because this is also like weekly we have 2 classes. So till
Yeah,
the time you are continuously learning CCNA and already you have
yeah,
experience, so I don't
yeah.
feel like, and also I'm the trainer, so you won't have any issues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I have joined networkings.
Thank
Otherwise,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, so far I am able to understand what you have taught. This was the first class, right? Because I did not
Yes,
attend
yes.
the other
This is
session.
day one for CCNP ENCOR.
Okay, and also, apart from all these things from today, what you have taught, I just have a doubt from that. So,
Mhm.
recently you told that fiber and copper, those are the cables, but Ethernet is a technology, right?
Yeah.
Or is
Mhm.
it vice versa that Ethernet is a technology as well as a cable? Because we use Ethernet cables as
So
well.
Ethernet cable is not a correct word. We just randomly
Okay.
uses, but
Oh, okay.
cable is called copper crossover, copper straight cable. Ethernet is a technology, and that you can use a fiber cables or you can use that copper cables.
Okay.
Yeah. So copper and fiber is a cable. Ethernet is a technology which uses a layer 2 header, which is MAC address.
Sorry, say that again, please.
So MAC address, right? MAC address
Mhm.
is used. Suppose like if 2 computers are connected, when you are pinging from one device to another device, they will be using MAC address and IP address, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So MAC address will be used in layer 2. So that
Okay.
layer 2 is called Ethernet header because it is using Ethernet technology to transfer your data.
Okay. Got you now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, could you tell me how media converter works between the switches media converter?
Okay. Sure, we'll discuss. So
Okay, thank
basically you are
you.
asking SFP, right?
Yeah, there is a device in our company in Mercedes-Benz. So they use media converter. So I
Okay,
want
okay.
to have the, pure description of this device, how they connect with the core switch or distribution.
So is it fiber converting
Yeah.
into Ethernet cable?
Yes.
Okay, that's a media converter devices. Okay, we'll
Mm-hmm.
discuss. It is
Okay.
just a device which converting your optical signals into electrical signals.
Mm-hmm. If the distance is very long in that terms, it uses, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, sir.
Sir, what kind of question interviewer can ask to us regarding access layer, distribution layer, and core layer? If we are going for any interview, what kind of questions they can ask to us?
Normally not from this chapter, but they can ask you some designs. Okay, they can ask you how you configure VLANs and what type of designs you have worked on, and maybe they can ask you in this way. Means interviewer can ask you anything, depends on your resume and depends on your courses and certifications you have done. So basically he is going to select the right candidate for his company, right? So there is no such limits, there is no such kunji, right,
Mm-hmm.
Sunita, that what interviewer is going to ask, right? There is no short guides. But yes, if I'll be taking your interview and you have type in the resume, suppose layer 3 architecture and layer 2, maybe because I know that thing, I can ask you, okay Sunita, tell me what is layer 3 architecture, or sorry, 3 layer architecture and 2 tier architecture. Based on your resume, most of the interviews, 90% of your interviews are based on your resume. So if you put your, so now today you guys learn a new skill, right? You got the design, like this is what we are learning is network design basics, right? What type of design we should have. Like if it is a big company, you should have layer 3 architecture. Okay, so for suppose, let me go back to the topic. Yeah. So I was here. So now if you understand, like if I ask you, so what could be the problem without a core layer? What problem we will face here? First of all, can you see we have to take almost five links. So you must be thinking this is not costly, but in if you see the cost of devices matters a lot because these devices are using lot of cables. दिख रहा है? Can you see that? Like if one device is taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cables, and these devices are only consuming 2 cables. Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to say? So now the problem without a core layer, okay, you cannot have policies, you cannot control the network. But if you have this type of design, you can control, okay, that this branch cannot talk to this branch. Obviously, that topic you might have no ACL. Okay, we can easily do that, that this VLAN cannot talk to this device. So we can easily control with these because we have centralized the network. But here it is possible, but it is not fully optimized. Means will not be getting too much advantage of controlling the network. It is like we connecting all the locations with each other. We have a lot of ports. We are wasting air. But yes, just by adding two different more core devices, you will have better network. Okay. So let's go further. So normally two-tier architecture is good when you have this type of design. So now you got the points, access layer devices and distribution. In distribution, we had this one, and this I was talking about UADP and all. So this is like a chip from Cisco, like it is like processor kind of chip from the device, which can process a lot of traffic, and it is like process up to terabytes of traffic. You can see this is a difference. UADP 2.02. Nobody will ask you this question in an interview. This is just for your extra knowledge. Okay. Like if you go for the design interviews, maybe in future, might be they can ask you. Okay. So that's like TCAM entries, like MAC address table, because switch maintain a table that is called MAC address table. Router maintains a table that is called routing table. Switch maintain a table that is called MAC address table. So with the UADP 2.0 XL chip, like which is used in 9400 series, you can have almost 54,000 plus MAC addresses. It has a bandwidth throughput. You can go up to like 240 Gbps or more than that, right? So this is like a chipset which Cisco is marketing here, that we are using UADP 3.0 ASIC chip. Okay, so these are the examples of your core and distribution. Now totally depends on your company that you want to go for 9600, the top model. Okay, you can use this in the core layer. But you for a distribution layer of cable, this for distribution design, this is going to be little costly. Okay, तो ये core के लिए अच्छा है. Okay, this is good for core, but not for distribution. Okay, distribution will be, then it will be very advanced. Okay, then what we can use another products also. Like we have another products in the market like 9600 48TX. Okay, again, this is a line card. Line card means these cards will be used in that switch. So 96 के और भी model होंगे. Okay, so you can see Cisco switch selector. Okay, so just try to figure it out. What products are available? Okay, go and explore the website. What type of switch you need in your company, enterprise. Okay, you want new switch or you want to upgrade? I want a new switch. Okay, you want access layer or core layer? What access? So because core or distribution, they are saying core only. So access. So now you want to use in a branch office or you want to use in a big campus network. So I will use for branch. So you want gigabit ports or you want fiber ports? I want gigabit. Okay, you want 1 GB ports, you want 5 GB ports, you want 10 GB ports, 1 GB. You want to manage the device with normal commands, what we learn in CCNA, CCNP, or you want Meraki, which is like a cloud-based solution of Cisco. Okay, Meraki का एक क्या cloud platform है, समझ लो Cisco का. Not cloud platform, it is like a cloud. You can connect all your devices on cloud. Even if you are sitting at your home, you can check your office network. You can check everything is working fine on all. Okay, that's called Meraki. Okay, Meraki का एक dashboard होता है. Okay, Meraki has a dashboard from where you can manage all your Wi-Fi, manage all your security devices. Okay, so lot of companies are using also Meraki. Okay, that's a completely different discussion now. And Cisco has a new software in the market which is quite famous nowadays, DNA. This is again DNA appliance. Okay, so now Cisco has a software called DNA, which is digital network architecture or something, where you can manage all your company network from the dashboard. It is like a software which is going to install on the appliance, which is a hardware, which is a server. ये देखो DNAC रखा है कि दिख रहा है? So this is a Cisco DNAC, okay, which is like a server, which like you put in your company, and this server is like having a software which will control all your company network. Okay, so that's the DNA. So this is like Cisco is trying to market that, yes, buy the DNA and all, but it is very, very costly. So still many companies are going to stick with the iOS CLI. Okay, so this is how like Cisco is going to recommend you some devices. Enter nahi ho raha hai kya? Yeah. So you can see these are the upgrading from another switch. Select upgrade options. That these are the devices. Earlier 2960, 3560, 3750, 4500, 6500, Meraki. So ये सारे Cisco के switches हैं. Okay, 3750 and all. Okay, so some are obsolete also, means they are gone from the market. So just explore the website, guys, and you will be going to learn a lot. Okay, so I hope you understand access layer as like 94, 93, 92. Okay, I'm not recommending you to cram, but at least go and explore Cisco website. Keep exploring Cisco devices and their data sheets. Okay, so you will have better knowledge, obviously, than others. Okay, you need to make your profile unique in comparison to others. Then only the companies are going to prefer you. Okay, so this is the design. This is the two-tier design without a core layer network. And if you try to understand this network, so ये देखो क्या है इस company में. So if you see this design, okay, so we have one access switch which is connected to my Wi-Fi access point, and wireless computers are connected to the wireless access point. And we have access switches and a lot of wired. So this is just an example. That's why it is showing you one device. But in real world, maybe we have 100 of wireless computers, maybe 200 plus wired clients. So basically this is representing that one of the access switches have wireless devices. One of the access switches we have wired connectivity, wireless connectivity, and these access switches further connected to my distribution layer device, or you can say without distribution, this is just a one collapsed core switch. Like we are putting everything here. We connecting our data center with this switch. We are connecting the MPLS link here. We are also connecting the internet link here. We have the wireless controller who is managing all the Wi-Fi. Means this device is used in a company for multiple purpose. And remember, whenever you see this type of symbol, whenever you learn CCNA, CCNP and all, so this icon is for layer 3. I mean, this is like a layer 3. The device can handle routing and switching both. And this design, whenever you see this type of rectangle shape icon, that's called L2 switch, which can only do switching like VLANs and all. But the multi-layer switch is having more capacity. Okay, means we can do multiple things. And now I'll show you where you will see the 3 layer. This is just an example of kind of design. अभी जैसे एक और देता हूँ example. Now let's take an example of 3-tier architecture. Yeah. This is 3-tier for a big company network. Okay, so what do you see here? That all my access points Wi-Fi devices, Wi-Fi computers, all connected to access, and these access devices connected to distribution, right? Try to create these type of design in packet tracer. Obviously, we will not be using packet tracer in CCNP too much, but for your basic practice, you can consider packet tracer is a good tool to understand basic. So all access points connected to distribution. Then we have wireless controller. So wireless controller control all Wi-Fi devices. That's why they are called wireless controller, WLC, wireless LAN controller. So यहाँ पर भी access switches हमारे, these are access switches connected to distribution. Access which is connected to distribution. So all these distribution then going to my further core network. So the core switches are further connected to the data center. Okay. And this core layer is also connected to the internet. And also it is also connected to my MPLS link. Maybe we have office in South Bangalore, maybe in Hyderabad and all. Okay. That's why we use these. Whenever you see WAN, so WAN represents that you are connecting your another offices. So whenever you see internet, it means you have internet connection. Okay. Data center represents that you have a lot of servers in your company. So what do you see here? Building 1, building 2, building 3, right? Whatever building, all these building A, B, C, all their networks are connected with the core switches. And from core switches to the internet and the WAN connection, this is how the design looks like. So now what do you see? Which type of design is this? ये कौन सा डिजाइन लग रहा है आपको, बताओ मुझे. Yes, this is a 3-tier. Can we say distribution layer is a link aggregation layer? Yes, we can do bundling. Okay, we can bundle the links together also, which again to okay, today we have to just understand the basic designs. Okay, that's it. Slowly we will go and learn advanced things also. यही प्रॉब्लम है, आगे दौड़ पीछे छोड़. अब इंग्लिश में पता नहीं क्या बोलेंगे इसको, कोई बताना मुझे. Sir, I have already completed CCNA and had taken multiple courses and RC from networking to change my domain after 7 years. Okay, so I'm sharing my email ID with all of you. So whenever, and if I do not reply, you keep forwarding the mails multiple times. Okay, sometimes because I get a lot of emails. So if I miss your emails, so keep poking me again and again till the time I don't reply. But don't poke me 8 times a day. Okay. Yeah, I will share the resume template. Don't worry. हाँ, आजकल चैट जीपीटी आ गया, रिज्यूमे भी पूछ रहे हो कैसे बनता तुम यार. Okay, so let's go further. Okay. अब आएगी काम की बात. Okay, let's focus here. This is now important discussions of the design. That why we are learning this stuff, because you understand the disk flow. Okay, so basically what will happen when you will be learning or doing the configuration. So basically this is like distribution layer, right? So the top layer is your core layer, right? And these are your access layer. So whenever you connect multiple links between switches, what happens? The spanning tree protocol is going to block your ports. Yes. There is a protocol called spanning tree protocol. Whenever it finds a loop, it is going to block some of the ports, which is creating redundancy or blocking. Okay. Like whenever they see that packet is coming back, they block the port. Okay. So what we need to do here, we need to check okay, that if computers are after these devices, right? Laptops, printers, everyone. So whenever they go, for them, the gateway is this device. So this is like, consider my gateway. So maybe the computer IP is 192.168.10.2, and the gateway will be my multi-layer switch, which is 192.168.10.1. So what if the device fail? What if the device fail? So whenever the device fail, the port will become shut down. Yes. जब जैसे ये device down होगा, when the device goes down, this cable will be down and automatically the block port will become active. Because this is not a permanent block, this is a temporary block. If you remove the primary connection, if my primary link goes down, I will shift my traffic from this side. But don't you think the device should reply me? But my gateway IP is 10.1. This device has IP maybe 10.3. Then why my device will forward traffic this side? So we need to run the protocol between the two distribution devices in every company. Most of the time, we need to make one of the device active and one of the device standby. Okay, it means whenever my active device fail, who is going to become my gateway then? Standby. Standby will become active. Okay, so this is, now you understand that today class, that why we have this type of design, because there is a core layer. Okay, it means if you see the previous picture, ye wala, okay, so if you see distribution core and all, okay, so we have only one device here. Okay, so this will not be able to give me the gateways properly. But if I use a two distribution switches here, okay, if two distribution switches, I take two distribution switches here, and if one of the device fail, I can forward traffic from another side. But if you do not want to have redundancy here, still you can see here, we have two links, one on this core layer, one on another core layer. Why? Because if one link fails, still you can go from the core switch to the internet. Are you getting the design patterns now? Samajh aa raha hai? Can you see there are multiple links going in the core switches? We have two access, okay, going like one in the distribution and all. So totally depends on the company pocket, okay, that how much company wants to spend. If it is a very big company, then they will have multiple distribution devices also, because they do not want to take a risk. Because if distribution device goes down, the whole building one network will be down. Yes or no? Agar ye down ho gaya device, if this device is down, what will happen to building one? Tell me. Company, the building one network will be down. But what if, being a good network engineers, if we use a distribution device here, that model what we were checking, 9200 series, remember? 92606, which has two supervisor engines. Yeah. If you buy the core layer, ye wala device, if you buy this device, which I was showing you, 9606. So this device, the single device will work like two devices for us, because one supervisor engine, if one fails, still the device will not go down. If power fails, still the device will not go down, because the power, we have multiple powers, we have multiple brains. Okay, we have a lot of fans. So this device, one device is working like multiple devices. So in big corporate networks, sometimes we do not have to eat a lot of, we do not have to just use a lot of devices, small. Instead, we buy the latest hardware like 9606, and we can connect all the cables here. If anything happens wrong, still my device is not going to be down. And also, because if building 1, building 2, building 3 has a lot of high traffic throughput, so for high throughput devices, anyhow I have to take these devices, है ना? तो अगर कंपनी की ट्रैफिक बहुत ज्यादा है आपकी, तो आपको फिर भी छोटे डिवाइसेस में काम नहीं चलेगा, तब भी आपको एक बड़ा हाई एंड डिवाइस लगाना पड़ेगा ही पड़ेगा. या you need to buy the devices according to the bandwidth. and you are making the topology so that you understand the packet flow. So in the previous picture, you can see I'm running layer 3 protocol between so in the upper version where I'm doing routing, हम कहाँ पे routing कर रहे हैं, where we are doing routing, so we are running maybe OSPF between these 4 devices. Okay, and we are just creating VLANs here, like VLAN 10, 20, 30, VLAN 10, 20, 30. Okay, means we are just using layer 2 here. So VLAN 10, 20, 30, this device will be working as a gateway because I will create here inter VLAN. I will go to interface VLAN 10. I will give IP address. Okay, I will show you this practical. Don't worry if you don't know anything about this design. Okay, and if you see this design, so what we have to take here in access layer also, we need to buy devices layer 3. So if you need to have routing till here, just below this, like where computers are connected, there we will not do routing. But from access layer to distribution, from distribution to core, we are going to run OSPF or any kind of routing protocol. This means the complete layer 3 configurations in the company network. Okay, but normally I have seen a lot of networks, industry networks. Normally we use this type of design everywhere. Okay, that we use access to distribution layer 2, and from this distribution to core, we focus on the layer 3. Then why we need layer 3 everywhere? Just to control the routes very well. If you want more configurations, you want ACL, you want like policies, you want to modify the traffic a lot, right? You want route policing. मतलब अगर आपकी कंपनी में बहुत ज्यादा पॉलिसीज लगती हैं, ओके, पॉलिसी, इफ यू वांट टू कॉन्फ़िगर अ लॉट ऑफ राउटिंग पॉलिसीज दैट आई वांट टू फॉरवर्ड दिस रूट, आई डू नॉट वांट टू फॉरवर्ड दिस रूट, so then you can have this architecture where you completely check that. Okay, so now the thing came, guys. Somebody was asking me this. Okay, so in an industry network, okay, so there you see there is a technology called Stackwise. Okay, what is Stackwise? So in Cisco, there is a cabling. There is a Cisco Stackwise. Yeah, Syed, I can see your message. So Cisco has a concept called stacking or Stackwise. Okay, where you can connect multiple devices and make it like a single brain. So normally, if you want to configure 4 switches, you have to log in all switches like different. Like if it is like on ground floor, on like you have building like ground floor, first floor, second floor. On ground floor, if you have 4 switches, you do not have to go to all devices again and again. So there is a cable which is called stack cable. Okay, so there is a cable in Cisco that is called stack cable. And this feature is only available in some series like 3650, 3750. I am not sure about other series. Okay, 3550. Okay, so whenever you buy a switch, you need to check the device support stacking or stack wise or not, or stacking. So if it is support stacking and all, so then there is a cable. These cables are called backplane cables. So the first cable you can see, you connect with the second device. The second device cable you connect with the third device. The third device connect you with the fourth device. And the fourth device cable again you connect with the first device. Are you getting my concept, guys? So what will happen? So all these devices will become one, like physically they are different, but virtually they will become one single device. Means instead you have to log in 4 devices, you have to log in one device only. So this is also the same example. The first cable with second device cable with third device. Okay. So it is like all devices are connected together with each other. Okay. So just to check. बहुत सारी pictures मिल जाएंगी तुम्हें. Just go and check on Google Cisco stacking. You will see a lot of things. So this is a device functionality. Okay, and what happens? Yeah. So we can use stack-wise technology. We can connect multiple switches together. And also you can see these cables are going, okay, because what we are doing here, we are going to bundle these devices. So the concept is, first, this ASW means access switch, DSW means distribution switch. This is a short form, okay? So यहाँ दिख रहा है आपको ASW1, ASW2. We are going to combine them and they are working like one device. And then one cable is going here, right? And the second cable is going here. And when multiple cables are going to the devices, so practically they are one device. Practically, logically, they are one device. And you can see the cable is going, both cables are going in one device. And now if it is like 1 GB, 1 GB, so you can bundle these links together. Because if you do not bundle, what will happen? Spanning tree will block my port. Are you getting my point? So if you do not bundle, so let's take an example. If you connect 2 switches in a packet tracer, what will happen? One port will be blocked. Yes. But if I bundle these ports, then there will be no problem, right? So it means we need to understand Ether channel. So in companies, we use Ether channel a lot. Okay, means we can bundle the ports. And why we use Ether channel? First of all, to increase the bandwidth. Because if we do not run Ether channel, the spanning tree port will block my port. The spanning tree protocol will block my port. That's the very, very important reason to use Ether channels and all. And not just this, we can have multi Ether channel also. So there is a concept of multi Ether channel. I think multi chassis Ether channel also. Like if you have multiple devices and from multiple devices to multiple ports, we can have multiple chassis. Okay, let's see how many design options we have. I got a cold. Oh man. Yeah. Please check here. The first design. So all these are again design concepts. Okay. So the first design layer 2. Okay. So what we will have here. So like we can bundle the ports, right? Because we have multiple ports, we can bundle. Okay. And now if there is a loop here, so if the cable is like this, so what will happen? One of the port will be blocked, right? So go to packet tracer, guys, and try to do this. What is called port channel or ether channel? Both. You can call this port channel or ether channel. Ether channel is the general word. Okay, so when we bundle the ports, that's called port channel, but the technology is ether channel. Okay, the port is called port channel. Technology is ether channel. AS1 and AS2 need to bundle. Just hold on. Okay, so guys, tell me, if I take maybe multi-layer or something, whatever devices you want to take. So if I connect them in a loop, kind like all ports are connected with each other. Okay, so tell me what will happen. Do you think one of the port will be blocked? Yes. How many of you say port will be blocked? Say blocked in the chat. Jyoti is saying no. See, there is a loop, Jyoti. Can you see that? Whenever a computer forward packet here, the switch is going to forward the packet like this. So by default, it is a loop, but like after some time, the spanning tree protocol is identify my block port, and you can see this port is working fine. This port is blocked basically. So so this is the picture here. So when you have this type of design, like 3 devices, so one of the port will be blocked. Clear? Yeah, any port can be blocked. If we configure STP, then one of the 2 port will be blocked. One of the 2 port. Yeah, 1 port. Yeah. So, and if you have this design, 2 devices on the top. Yeah, right. If we have 2 cables here, then these 2 ports are blocked there. It means just we need 1 port active in the topology. Okay. And then there is another option. We can have this layer 3. If we make this layer 3, then there is no problem. We can have multiple devices. Okay. It means, abhi dekhna jadoo. Okay. So currently one of my port is down, right? Or you can consider like this port is down, whatever you want to see. So what if I give IP address here? Because this is a multi-layer switch and I can give IP. So the design says, if you have this type of design in your company, okay, one of the port will be down. But if I go to this multi-layer switch, go to CLI, and so let's say this device name is switch 1. Okay, let's give a name here. Switch 1. Again, this is not a class today, practical. It is just I'm showing you something that just understanding the design is very, very important. Okay, so you go to FA02, but you can't give IP address directly because this is a multi-layer switch. So to give IP address on a multi-layer switch, you have to give a first command, no switch port, and then you will be able to give IP. Because this IP address command will only work if you give no switch port command. Okay. So after that, I go to another device, FA01. So you can see if I try to give IP, the device is not accepting the IP because the port is switch port. So I have to say no switch port. Means I want to make this port as a router port because multi-layer switch can work like a router also. Now I'll be able to give IP. So can you see three, all ports are working? How cool. अब loop दिख रहा है कहीं पे? Can you see a loop here? Got the issue? So it means if we just change the design, we can have all the ports active. Yeah. If we just change the terminology, if we just make one of the port layer 3, so now we break the loop. And this is our work. This is, as a network engineer, we need to see where the loop is happening, what technologies we should use. And if you have very advanced devices, we should not limit them by just not doing configurations. So then these are some advanced features. We'll discuss VSS. Okay, so that is very advanced for you right now. That's a virtual switching context something. So we'll discuss that. Okay, but now you can see there is another design, layer 3, where we can, between the devices, below the devices, everywhere we can use layer 3. Okay, but if you have layer 2 devices in your company, then it is difficult. But if you have multi-layer switches, between multi-layer switches, you can have layer 3, but between layer 2 switches, you cannot. Okay, if you have this 2960 type of models, okay, so then there is no prevention. You can't break the loop. Means a spanning tree will block one of the port. There is no solution I can make this active. By playing with VLANs, if your company has VLANs, okay, because all the ports are all VLANs. If you configure multiple VLANs, this port will be blocked for all VLANs. But if I'm like VLAN 10, VLAN 20, I can use this port for VLAN 10, this will be blocked. For VLAN 20, this will be active. Means I can show you very soon. We'll discuss that. Okay, so the common access distribution design is layer 2 loop design. The first design, ये जो पहला design था हमारा, so that is layer 2 loop design, where in your company you will have loops. Okay, because STP is going to prevent you from the loops. Then we have layer 2 loop free design, where one of the network you are going to configure as layer 3. Then the third design, which we'll talk about, VSS. Okay, so VSS, normally we use in data center devices, but we can have discussion on that also, don't worry. Okay, and then we have the complete layer 3 design. Okay, then we have VSS. Okay, layer 3 also you understand, only VSS I'll discuss. So as of now, in the real world, I told you there is a technology. There is a technology called SDXS. So this like if you read Cisco books nowadays, because I told you Cisco is marketing their DNA product very well. And even in their books everywhere, it's talking about SDXS. So in simple words, like SDXS is helping you to connect the network, like from means whether you have any physical topology, but you can have SD access overlay means okay, so if you see this picture, what do you see here? So this is my physical topology. So physical mera topology kya hai? This is my physical topology. This is my core layer. This is my distribution layer, and this is my access layer. Right? Right? So this is like logical layer 2 overlay. Means if I want to consider like these devices, so these devices are working like one device for me. Means the topology will only see that, okay, I want to go to this nodes. Okay, means the core layer we call border. Okay, border nodes, fabric nodes, edge nodes. We'll talk about this design, but SD access is basically a technology which will like create an underlay network. Okay, what is underlay and what is overlay? There are two type of network. Okay, first we need to understand underlay and overlay. Underlay network versus overlay. Okay. एक picture mila. Yeah, got it. Okay, so in companies nowadays, there are a lot of technologies are working on, as I mentioned. Technology is changing too oftenly nowadays. So what is overlay means how actually my devices are connecting. So it will not show you the real physical design. Okay, take an example. When ISP gives you internet connection, okay, maybe this is your company. So maybe between ISP and your company between them, they have a lot of devices. But now, as a layman, as a normal guy, you just see ISP is giving you internet connection. That's it. Because that's I have to see. So overlay means what from the top view, what do I see? So from the top view, I see that there is a link between this device and this device. But at the back end, there is an underlay. Underlay means the actual network of any network. Like this device is connected to the router and router to the switches. Okay, so the SDN is going to help you to check, or there is a limitation, as I mentioned. So the SD access design enable the use of virtual networks on a physical network. ये जो technology है ना, मैं आज ज़्यादा नहीं बात करूँगा इसकी, will not discuss too much today. But now you simple word, the SD access network, the SD access design enable the use of virtual networks running on a physical network. Like I'm sure you heard about VPN. Yeah, VPN सुना है सबने? Yeah, so VPN is also example of your this underlay. Okay, एक picture और दिखाता हूँ तुम्हें. Okay, so that is from. So I have to collect notes from different websites. Okay, whether it is Huawei, Cisco. Now this is a screenshot from Huawei. Okay, so what do you see normally as a network engineer? That's overlay network. Means we have head office, we have branch office, cloud office, branch office, right? So normally we see this like our office is connected with the branch offices. So this type of design is called overlay, that we are only looking at the top view, aerial view, but we don't know what is going on at the back end. But at the back end, maybe my head office is connected with the MPLS, and MPLS is then connected to the locations. And we have internet location also. All my offices are connected with MPLS. Also, as a backup, it is all connected with the internet. But as a no, as from the top view, as an overlay network, I only see my head offices, branch office are connected with the network. So overlay means just the aerial view, okay, just the overview. But if you see the underlay means the complete network. So the same way SD access, so you have the physical topology. But if I want to create a network from here to here, or maybe from switch 1 to switch 4, so that overlay is going to be on that underlay. Means यहाँ पे जैसे VLAN बनाना है मुझे, VXLAN. Okay, so there is a technology which we'll be talking about, Cisco VXLAN. So that is purely based on that topology. जैसे पहले क्या होता था, that all the devices we need to have in the same network, same VLAN, all right. But over the network, I can create VLANs also. That's called VXLAN. I think, yeah. And then we have spine and leaf. So this design, spine and leaf, is basically the similar type of design, but this is used in the data center type of networks. So do we use underlay and overlay in SD-WAN? Yes, the same terminology underlay overlay we use in SD-WAN also. So the same concept we used in SD access, the same concept we use in SD-WAN also. Okay, so you are going to learn that, don't worry. Okay, means you will have enough amount of learning to understand the technology. So this is the design. Okay, so means in data center network, so the normal devices where all your servers are connected, normally in enterprise network, when all computers are connected, so those devices are called access. The same way, in a data center network, the servers, the big servers are connected with a layer with, and this layer is called leaf, and their parent devices are called spine. Okay, means this could be Cisco Nexus devices like 9000 series, very big series, and maybe this is very normal like Nexus 2000 series and all. So these are like the controllers. Okay, means we can control all these devices also with some very, very advanced technology of Cisco, that is ACIe, application centric infrastructure. So the spine and leaf is just in simple world. This is a topology of data center. In data center network, we say spine and leaf. Okay, so an additional spine can be added if one of the spine fails, because in data center, because data center is very critical, right? Suppose any application like Instagram. So just imagine Instagram kind of like Facebook, they have this type of design. If one of the device, if one of the link fails, still you have a lot of other spines and they are controlling the whole network. Okay, so so an additional spine switch can be added and uplinks can be added to every leaf switch. So there is a line, what is the benefit? You can read here. With a spine and leaf architecture, no matter which leaf switches are connected to servers, the traffic always has to cross the same number of devices to get to another server, unless the other server is located on the server leaf. So means this is for better throughput basically. So I think the first design pattern. What do you understand? Let's recall. Okay, so in enterprise network architecture in a company, we have 3-layer design where your company have core layer, distribution, and access. And we have 2-layer architecture also in some companies where you have only distribution and access. Okay, so in access layer, we have a lot of functionalities like Cisco, CDP, all these stuff like CDP, LLDP, wireless access point. So normally all PoE devices we use in access layer only because all the PoE devices connected to the access layer. Then the distribution layer is mainly used for routing, mainly used for quality of service. We can use load balancing techniques also by using HSRP, VRRP, all those stuff, right? And core layer, as I mentioned, the core layer is the high speed backbone of the company. यहाँ पे एक चीज डालना था मुझे. Yeah, core layer. So the core layer, yeah, so this is a distribution layer. Okay, and here on the top is access layer. Got it? How I divided? So this is my first layer access. This is my second layer distribution. What happens? And this is my core layer, third layer, the top layer. The core layer is the high speed backbone of my internet or campus connectivity. And this need to be active every time. Okay, we need 24/7 into 365 every time we need to process the packets. Yes or no? Because the top layer is busy almost 24/7 into 365. मतलब ये सबसे ज्यादा यूज होने वाली लेयर है. This core layer devices are the most busy devices in my network, right? So the core must provide a high level of stability, high level of redundancy, high level of scalability. Stability, scalability, redundancy. What are these? These are just vocabulary of technical courses. So stability means reliable network. High redundancy means you should have backup of multiple links. That's called redundancy. And scalability means if your company want to grow in future, suppose you come with any other branch, so easily you can just connect and can have multiple other offices and multiple buildings. Okay, means scalability means in future, if your company is growing, your devices will be able to connect easily. Now, suppose if you come with a new office here, what you have to do? In all the offices, you have to connect a cable and do the configuration. Yes or no? But if you come with a new office, you just have to connect with the core. Now you got the point why hierarchical designs are important. So, yeah, question time, guys. You can ask me questions. Yeah.
Sir, one
Hello.
question.
Yes, sir, there is one question about this image.
Just first one rule, guys. Whenever you ask, just say your name first, okay? Because multiple people unmute at the same time. Okay, so first take a name, and others, whenever you hear a name, just pause for some time. So let the guy ask question and you can ask after that. Yes. Yes, Faz, you were asking something.
Yeah, sir, just one question because I was asking like what's the basic requirement or what's exactly within a sub engine? Because you mentioned like in one of the figures that like Cisco, I think core switches, they have two separate sub engines, right?
Yes.
So what exactly is within? Is it like the OS, like the Cisco images, or what
Yeah, yeah.
exactly?
SOUP means the complete understand two devices are combined together. One is active and one is standby. If one fails, the backup will become active. So supervisor engine is consider there are two devices inside one single device. That's why I'm saying it is like two brains. If one fails, other will be active. Okay.
But it basically will be the controller, right? It will act like a controller that we have normally in an SDN network or something, right?
No,
If
no,
I'm
no,
not.
no, no. It's not a
Is,
controller. Controller is a device which controls multiple devices. Here you have two different controllers. Nobody is controlling their supervisor engine. They are itself a brain.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, Nenavat. Nenavat.
सर
Yeah, tell me.
सर मेरे को सीसीएनए का जो नोट्स मिल रहा है नहीं सर मेरे को पहले वाला जो क्लास चली थी वो नोट्स ही नहीं मिल रहा सर
You were in my batch?
हाँ सर
देखो वो होगा, सारा कुछ दिया हुआ पहले से ही।
नहीं सर वो बिल्कुल ओपन ही नहीं हो रहा सर मेरे को।
ठीक है, ईमेल डालो मुझे, ठीक है?
जी सर।
मैंने मेल आईडी दे दिया है। एवरीवन, यू गॉट माय मेल आईडी?
सर
या
ओके सर।
ओके। Yes, Sandesh, Sachin, Mahesh, any doubt?
Yes, sir. So in
Sachin.
my company, basically when the ISP cable, two different ISP cable came to a dummy switch. Then from dummy switch, the cables goes to the firewall, and from firewall it goes to the core switch. So why they're using dummy switch in the starting? After that, from dummy switch they are.
So what do you mean by dummy switch? Can you elaborate it more?
I exactly don't know what it is. They just told that.
So the fiber
ISP
cables are coming. Are they getting converted into another cables? Is it a fiber termination box kind of?
No, sir. It is a switch. It is. They called it is a dummy switch. I asked them why we use this dummy switch. What's the purpose? They told we don't know. Seniors might know.
Come with a picture.
Panel.
Okay.
Come with a picture and maybe I can show see, because industry networks are so weird. Means everywhere it is way different. Maybe
And sir,
GV network, Gotham, John, like everyone have their different networks, right?
And sir, they have used one of the access point. They have made one of the access point as WLC. They have not used any separate WLC device. They told that one of our access point we have converted into WLC, and that device is only controlling all the access point. Is it possible?
Cisco?
Yeah, Cisco.
I never heard it that access point is working as a controller. Maybe you guys are too advanced either, or
Trial.
Yeah, any other question?
Hello, sir. Yeah, it's Sadiq here.
Yeah.
I have a question on that supervisor engine.
Trial.
That the physical connection of those, the access switches, it will be with two cables or what? It will connect to, basically it will connect two cables to that supervisor engine switch, right?
Yeah. Two cables means all line cards at the back end. We do not have to add a cable. At the back end, all cables are itself connected because line cards are there inside the device.
Okay, no, I am asking about these access switches. The access switches, they are connected by two cables, right?
Yes. Access switches will be connected with the two cables. Yeah.
Is for the dummy switch, right? I think they are trying to configure HSRP for that. Is that
No. So he's saying ISP cable is coming to a dummy device. Then dummy device is going like one cable is going in firewall, one cable is going in their multi-layer. Maybe to convert one port cable into multiple ports, they are using that single device there. Means because they want one internet connection in firewall and maybe one in another way, in another side maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Rajiv, I think they are using the HA mode in firewall.
Maybe.
Because the ISP come into the switch and they distribute the one cable to one ISP in firewall 1 and 2.
But he have not.
Sachin, are you there? Are you?
Yes,
are
yes,
you
I'm
aware?
listening.
Are
Do you have two
using
firewalls?
the HA?
We have two firewalls, yes, sir, and both the ISP cables are going to both the
Yes.
firewalls.
Okay, okay. वो उसी के लिए
You are
लगाया ना फिर.
yes, you are using the HA in your firewalls. That's why you are using this firewall.
What is this HA?
HA, high availability. Like if one firewall goes down, the second firewall will become your active. Okay, means ISP firewall. Both firewalls are forwarding your internet traffic.
Yes, sir.
So both firewall needs internet connection.
Yes.
So that's why you are getting one cable from ISP. Then you are putting a single device that will convert your one cable into multiple cables. Those two multiple cables are going in the firewall, and one firewall is working at the same time.
Okay.
वैसे क्रेडिट सब उसको जाना चाहिए, मैंने वैसे ले लिया.
No, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. This is
But sir, in usually this scenario, like the device is called dummy switch or
Oh no, dummy is not. That's why he confused me, because he said dummy. Dummy is not a right word. I think he should say any normal what we call that, unmanaged switch.
Hello.
Dummy is not a right word.
Happy about this, sir.
Yeah,
Hi,
Alfred.
sir. This is Mahesh. Sir, in this or not the core network, there is. Can you open this? Not the core network.
Which one?
Core layer. Core layer.
Okay, okay. Just
LAN network.
Tell me. Which design?
No, not that one. Above, not this one. Not still. Please, still. Yeah, this one.
Okay. This one?
No. There is a two network, LAN network is there now without core device and with core device.
Okay, okay, got it. Yes.
Yeah, this one. Okay. So in this better topology is this the first one, but why we didn't connect this both the core switch internally? If in this case, if my one office
No. This is maybe at the back. Obviously, we connected them together. It is just a representation. It is just showing you the value of core layer. It is not the actual design. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it is not the actual.
And another one thing, there is a one building topology we had discussed. Building structure.
So you can see they are connected together.
Yeah, they are connected together at here. But
Yes.
In this, for the to get the gateway and redundancy, you just inform that a distribution switch for layer 3, we can add one device for each building. Okay. But instead of adding the device in each building, can we connect each building internally?
That's your choice. We can do that. But then we need more connections, and the buildings practically you need to put a lot of fiber cables and all.
Yeah, this is the campus. Building. That means a campus.
Yeah.
Okay, so maximum length will be goes about the, if a fiber maximum will be about the 1 kilometer. So
how you want to
based on
connect?
the-
You want to connect distribution to distribution?
Yeah, distribution to distribution. 1 to 2.
Then
2 to 3,
if
3 to 4.
distribution fails, still still the building one is isolated. What is the use? And also, so already you have a lot of users here, like maybe you have 1,000 users. Still lot of traffic are hitting on the distribution. So if you connect to
Understood.
distribution to distribution, building 2, okay, means most of the traffic normally in companies are for internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I want more traffic on the core switches. Even if I connect building 1, building 2, building 3, just see it from the practical side of point of view. So if it is a university, what kind of internal traffic nowadays we have? Nothing. Internal तो हम कहीं बात ही नहीं कर रहे ना आपस में.
And sir, third and last things. Not a third and last. Again, there is one question. If I have multiple offices in multiple cities and I don't have same ISP in each city, okay, I don't want to use the internet. Just I want an intranet only. to communicate within my company's offices only. So how is it possible?
So it is possible there, like if you have a ISP, like you are saying in Delhi you have another and Mumbai you have different. This is what you're saying?
Different ISP. Yeah, in each branch office, I have for an example, I have a 10 branch office in different cities, and there are 3 or 4 different ISP because there is a cost and all those things I manage, and there is a thing is that I have different ISP, not the same ISP.
So there is a terminology like in ISP networks that's called NNI interface. Have you heard about it?
No, never.
Okay, so normally in India it is obviously, Mahesh, whenever you take connection. So first of all, like you say, I want to connect Delhi to Mumbai. Okay, example. So you will go to ISP. Obviously,
I will go to ISP.
And you will go to ISP and you will say, Airtel, can you connect my Delhi to Mumbai office? So Airtel will see, okay, I have feasibility Delhi to Mumbai. He will give you connection. So now if you are saying,
that I understood. But the thing is that I don't want to use the internet. And
I got it,
Delhi to
bro. I know
Mumbai.
MPLS. I'm teaching MPLS from many years.
I
I know that
that
concept. So basically, you are asking 2 offices in India, but normally there is a global MPLS solution. Okay, so what happens? Like you have ISP in Asia, in Europe and Asia, but that same ISP is not available in India. Okay, so you can consider that type of question. You can't say Delhi, Mumbai, because almost every company is going to connect you Delhi to Mumbai. Okay. So basically, if you have in Europe, suppose one of the ISPs is connecting you to in their network, and there is another MPLS network in India. So how you connect just for your information, we have connections from New Delhi to Dubai also. How the companies are connecting Delhi to Dubai without internet. So basically, Dubai, there is a ISP in Dubai, like Etisalat. I hope I am pronouncing it right. Yeah, it is Etisalat. In Delhi, India, we have Airtel. So now Airtel and Etisalat have their own collaborations. So they use this type of NNI interfaces, okay, because somehow they are connecting, whether they are using internet at the back end or whatever, okay, or they have their own global cables already, which are undersea submarine cables. So they are using some technology called NNI interface, that is core service provider concept. Okay, so which is helping Etisalat ISP to connect with the India ISP. So that is possible. Lot of companies, big companies in the world are using this technique. Okay, I remember like in US, we have lease line from AT&T, and that is connecting to the India. And in India, Airtel is working as a third party for AT&T.
ILL.
Yeah, whether it is ILL or MPLS, both. Clear now, little bit?
It is almost there. And the last question is that since long I'm working in industry, but on the configuration part, I never work. Just I work only on the fiber distribution network, on like on NLD network also, state network also, in city level network also, FTTH also, on all type of the network, fiber network, execution, planning and designing, all I work. But if you say I know about the programming, so I don't know even alphabet also.
Got it.
So
got it.
And
So basic,
the thing is that
you will be able to configure 2 routers with a static routing or not?
No.
So just get a CCNA class also, Mahesh. Then
That's
I recommend you.
That's I'm already taking from networking itself. Almost it is it's 2 months, since 2 months I'm taking. But the thing is that your recording session I had seen in of the last week. For an example, you had explained the OSI model. Okay, so it was the revision. But whenever I was in a batch, okay, so the revision and batch, so I get more clear in revision compared to the regular batch. Okay.
So what do you
So
mean?
the
I'm
thing
not
is,
getting. So means
no, my
you
means, You told the batch which was I was getting
So
in a
basically, you are
CCNA
got
instruction.
it, got it. So basically, you understand my OSI model very much in comparison to what you learned earlier.
Yeah, in just last month, in last month only.
Okay,
And the
okay.
thing is that on the deep level, also this was like that. He was gone in a little bit deep also, but in a regular classes it should be go at that level, but it was not there. So this is the one feedback was there. And the thing is that my target is to clear the CCIE. So how should I go?
So
Because since 12 years I'm in industry, okay, and many reasons are that I couldn't attend this CCN and all these things. So
see,
lots of reasons are that.
the first
But
thing,
right,
whether
yeah.
you have a goal of CCNA, CCNP, or CCIE, okay, first of all, you should not rush.
No, I'm not in a
Okay,
hurry. I'm
so
not in a
just
hurry.
now you are asking me, so I'm answering it. Let me answer. Okay,
Yeah.
so first thing, you need to like first go slowly. Okay, do not rush in the topics, because these are technology courses. They are not like 1 day courses or 2 day courses. So me myself, I have learned these things from last many years, right? This is why I'm able to deliver these classes, right? So I worked in industry. I'm still like working on some projects, not that much level now, but still we are working on few things, like maybe now related to cloud things. Okay, but still I'm working on some technical things so that I can be still in touch with the technology. Okay, so whether you work on fiber networks, whether you worked in telecom, whether whatever you have done in past, I will consider you as a fresher in this batch. Whether you are a top expert, okay, for me, everyone in this batch is a fresher. Okay, fresher in terms, I just expect you to configure basic CCNA concept. If you do not know static routing, don't worry, I'll teach you in this batch. Okay, but whatever you have learned in the past, okay, keep revising that, because there is a problem. Like we keep going on with the advanced topics, and but we always do not, we always forget the previous topics. And this is what happening with 90% of the network engineers, because whenever we learn CCNA, CCNP, firewalls, lot of topics, we keep struggling in revising the topics, because in day-to-day activities, maybe if you become a network engineer, uh, if we are learning 30 topics of ENCOR, maybe in real world, you will use just 4 or 5. Yes, are you getting my guys? Yes, guys, everyone?
Yeah, I got you.
So in a real world, maybe you working on just wireless, maybe on SD-WAN, maybe you will not configure EIGRP, or maybe you will just configure EIGRP. Maybe you work on just a network automation. So these courses are to get certified first of all, because the name itself is CCNP, Cisco Certified Network Professional. It means you get a certificate, you work for one company, you go to another company, and maybe in another company you will work on another technology. In third company you will work on other technologies. So this is how you build your experience. This is how you build your profile. So when you are very good at enterprise, then you can move into security, you can move into data center, you can move into cloud security. So this is how you are going to make your profile. But when we are learning any topic, CCNP itself as certification, we need to cover all these topics so that we become a certified guy and try to relate the topics with industry. Because we are the only, I think, I do not refrain to say this, but we are one of the company who deliver the real concepts also with the topics. Okay, even I can just explain PPTs and read and finish the batch, but I hope you understand the way we are delivering, right? So we are always try to relate our industry experience in the classes. So whatever we have gained in last 11, 12 years of industry experience, I can go up to that level only. I can't teach 30 years of networking experience, because I myself have 11, 12 years experience, right? But at the end of the day, you will be like, you guys are going to be very satisfied if you just revise your topics again and again, because our goal is to get certified with the good industry knowledge, so that whenever I go for any interviews, if they ask me, okay, tell me what, like for suppose, if they ask you what is PoE, you should understand, okay, PoE is power over Ethernet. The device, the network device itself give a power to these devices. Okay. Maybe you ask, okay, what devices are going in the market. So if you explore Cisco website, you can have some names like 94, 93. So networking is all about holistically you have to grow yourself. आपको हर दायरे में हर चीज में सीखना है. Okay, you can't say, okay, I want to learn only configuration. Configuration is very simple, Mahesh. Okay, configuration is super easy. Trust me, if I teach configuration to school kid, he will be able to configure the device very easily. And lot of people in this batch, then they are doing configuration from last 3 years, 4 years. But why they are attending this batch? Because they want to know what is going on at the back end. So there are a lot of people. Some people never get a chance to get configuration. Some people, they are only working on monitoring. Some guys are only working on firewalls. So all type of guys are in this batch. So I have to train according to everyone. I hope you understand and you got the clarity.
Yeah, I got the clarity, and the reason is also like that. Wherever right now I'm working, so at that I have to deal with those guys who are master in networking. Okay, so some of the guys is CCIE cleared also. Okay, and the network, which the question which I put, for the internet.
First of all, I want to say one more thing. So just remove this thing from your brain that CCIEs are the only experts in the world. Clear?
Okay. Clear.
So I don't know if maybe just one of the guy will come and say from this batch that I am already a CCIE in security. Because in past I have taught CCIE certified guys. They were certified in security data center and they were taking my ENCOR and RC batches. Okay, so certification is not a big deal. Okay, so do not say, think in this way, CCIE is everything. CCIE is just a certification like CCNP. So if you are good at CCNP and maybe a guy who has done CCIE 2 years, 3 years back, so maybe after this batch, you have more knowledge than that CCIE guy. Got it?
Got it. Yeah. So my concern was not like that to CCIE is expert, but I was trying to say like that the guys with whom I have to work at right now at my current position. So those are master in the networking. Okay, and they are aware about the total company network also.
Just hold on. Anant, yeah, Mahesh. Can we give little more time to other guys also? Because I'll coming back to you, Mahesh. Just hold on. Any other guys question related to the topic?
Yes, sir. Pravinder here. I have a question.
Hello.
Yeah.
Rahul here,
Sir,
sir.
can you open?
Rahul, just hold on.
Yes, sir. Can you please open the chase image?
Which image?
The chase, the Cisco chase 9600.
Chassis.
Yeah, chassis. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, chassis. Yeah.
So this is actual core, right?
Yeah, it can be used in core if you are a very, very big company. You can use in distribution also. Depends on the traffic, bro. This is what I'm saying from the morning.
So, sir, I have a question here.
From 9
at the bottom of the brain, what is that actually is the...
These are line cards.
Okay.
So basically, switch. This is a switch, right? So switch need a port. So these all are fiber ports. These all are again ports, and between these ports they are brains, and these are fans.
But sir, we have the cores in my company, but they have different kind of ports. They don't have that kind of.
So maybe that is a core router, maybe.
Maybe I will find out the actual the model number and all.
Yeah. So this is a core. This is a core switch, and the same big core routers are available in the market also, used by ISPs and MSPs. Okay.
Got it, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Rahul.
Hello, sir. Actually, in starting, you showed the route how to do. First do CCNA, then NRC. Sorry, ENCOR NRC. I want to ask you, is there is any role of VMware in that? Should we learn VMware?
It's totally your choice. It's not too demanding. But yes, it will definitely work like an add-on for you. But VMware also has a lot of certifications like VCP, okay, NXV. So totally depends. Yes, knowledge. If you are taking knowledge in this virtualization, definitely it will be add-on, because if you start learning AWS, any cloud platforms, they all are based on virtualization.
Yes, yes. Therefore, I was
So,
asking that.
yeah, but it is not mandatory, just for your information.
Okay.
Virtualization is not mandatory. Some basic concepts we are going to learn in the core module also. That what is virtualization, what is hypervisor 2, what is ESXi. Okay, I'll show you that type of virtualization. Not, I don't think you'd have to take a course for on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in PoE switch, we required 4 pairs mandatory, na, sir?
4 cables?
4 pairs of cable. In
4
Cat
pairs of
6.
cable, I didn't get you.
Ether channel.
No.
In Cat 6, for the PoE switch,
Ah.
we required 4 pairs, na?
So when you see, there are 8 cables in a cable.
Yes.
So copper cable, it has 8 wires, right?
Yes.
So normally in any cable, this cable, we have 8 wires, right? And whenever we see, like T568A PoE. Okay, let me, yeah. So these are the cables, guys, right? Yeah. Can you see that PoE and all? So then how devices give power? Because 4 cables are operational. That is 1, 2, 3, and 6. The 4, 7, 4, 5, 7, 8. So these cables are not used for data transmission, and the devices uses 4, 5, 7, 8 number cables to transmit the powers. Do you know that before? So we have total 8 wires, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
So which cables are used for data transmission? 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay.
Yes.
The 4, 5, 7, 8 cables are used for this power over Ethernet transmission. Clear?
Okay. So can we use 6 for 4 for internet and 2 for power?
No. No, they are already defined, right? You can't change the colors or transmit the internet. Internet is not a correct word here. Okay, so just data transmission, you can say. Okay, so 2 cables will be used for receiving end. One will be used for transmission plus transmission negative. RX positive, receiving negative, transmission positive, transmission negative. Right? So at the back end also, so if you are transmitting from orange, the other side, if it is another cable, okay, so you need to check. If you pick the cable, both the sides are same, that it is which cable?
Cross cable or straight cable, sir?
Yeah, straight cable. So just revise your cabling chapter. Okay, so just
But here different colors is the straight cable, both side in same.
yeah. So whenever you feel like you need, already you guys got enough data, right? You are getting the live class recordings as well. But whenever you feel like you want to revise your topic, try to check in YouTube also. We have enough data. Okay, so like if you want to see about cable, so you can see we have a cable topic, fiber cable. That's in Hindi, by the way. Maybe in English also we have somewhere. But try to check here. This video maybe. It will cover the installation, fiber cable. Okay, so so this was taken by one of the guy who was working in a fiber, uh, like he was working in a fiber cabling company in Dubai. So he recorded that session. Okay, so just try to check some topics here also whenever you feel like you want to learn OSI model, because one of the guy like Mahesh was asking to OSI. So just check OSI model itself. Like OSI model has almost 20 plus videos on our channel. Right? So whenever we start any topic, any batch, okay, so we just start from the basic OSI. So that's why we have a lot of OSI model basic classes. Okay, means try to stick with one vendor. This is what I'm saying. Okay. So if you rush for different vendors, try to look for CCNA, CCNP from where, there, right? So you will be confused. Okay, so stick to one vendor. Once you complete course with us, then it is your life. You can move to further vendors. So because if anybody is giving you chance to learn more things, definitely jump on to other vendors and trainings. Okay, but stick to the topic, stick to the one vendor, so that tell me one thing, everyone. Don't you feel like now I have realized after working for almost 11, 12 years that time, like when we see, okay, that content is free, okay, let's watch it. Okay, normally this is happening, right? Suppose a YouTuber in India, maybe like any motivational speaker and all. Okay, so what we do, the information is free, right? But just understand that time is more important, because if you have 7 days, 7 hours learning in a week, maximum you can spare 7 hours a day or week. So it means you have only 7 into 4, almost like 28 hours maximum learning in a month. Yes or no? Yes. Now it's totally up to you, because there is a willpower also in you have, right? You can't learn 100 hours or more than 200 hours in a month. That's practical, right? Because most of you are working in a job and all. So I know, like, a maximum if we can spare 1 hour, and if I learn maximum 7 hours in a week, so it means like 7 into 4, approx 28 to 30 hours I can learn for my learning. And also I'm already taking the live classes, because you are coming in my live classes. Okay, so 4 additional hours, 4 to 5 hours separately you are giving in live sessions. Okay, so now try to check. So whenever you watch any topic on YouTube, whenever you watch any random video on YouTube or anywhere, whether it is blog, website or anything, just check that I have 30 hours of genuine time that I should learn from the right place. Right? Because वो time दोबारा नहीं आ रहा है. You have only 200, 300 hours in a year to learn. Now, if it is randomly you are learning anything, it is like wasting a lot of time. You already paid for the course. Stick to the topic. That's what I'm saying. Clear now? Enough motivation for the day? Yeah?
हेलो सर.
Yes, yes, Jabber.
हाँ सर, मैं एक चीज जानना था कि आपका जो एमपीएलएस का केबल है ना,
Hmm.
वो आपका जो मान लीजिए एक दिल्ली में ऑफिस है, एक मुंबई में ऑफिस है,
Hmm.
तो दोनों ऑफिस में सेम नेटवर्क में मतलब सेम आईएसपी से जो कनेक्ट होता है, कैसे कनेक्ट होता है?
कैसे कनेक्ट होता है? केबल से होता है, केबल देता है ना आईएसपी आपको.
मतलब स्टैटिक आईपी से, या जो भी एक होता है ना जी कंपनी का अलग से. जैसा एक मैंने इस फील्ड में देखा है कि एक बायोमेट्रिक डिवाइस है जिसको लगा हुआ है कलकत्ता में, लेकिन उसको एक्सेस करना है उसको मुंबई से, तो मैंने उसमें स्टैटिक आईपी डाल दिया, तो उसमें से वो लोग डायरेक्टली कनेक्ट करके उसका डेटा डाउनलोड कर रहा है. तो ऐसा ही हमको जानना था, राउटर से कैसे कनेक्ट कर.
हाँ, राउटर टू राउटर ही होता है नॉर्मली. ओके, सो लेट मी शेयर द नोट्स गाइस, and these notes I'll be sharing on the live portal also. Okay, live portal में भी link मिल जाएगा इसका. If you miss the topic, okay, I'm sharing in the chat.
Sir, I have one question here.
Yeah.
POE. Basically, this new model of POE switches like 2960X series, they will come with 350 watt and 275 watt, something like this.
Yeah.
What if you connect the devices Like it will take 5 watt, or some devices it will take 7.5 watts like this.
Automatically it will, that is the maximum 270 watt, 350. So automatically it will pick that value only, 5 watt only.
5 watts only it will pick. What if we connect more than that? That it will
If you
affect.
connect 15, it will take 15, and also manually you can set on the port.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sir, one doubt.
Yeah,
Satish
yes,
is-
Satish.
Actually, in my office, we are using SIP phones, SIP. In that, they are divided two boxes, like two ports, voice port and data port. When I asked this port, what is voice port, they told it is coming from the PoE, PoE. So with that, we're able to power on the device. So can't we use data in that port?
So you have SIP device, you are saying?
Yes, yes. Phones.
IPPBX.
Yeah, phones, normal phones, data.
Okay.
Ethernet.
So in IP phone at the back side, you see two ports. One cable is coming that you add in, like that is like coming from the switch. So you add the cable in the switch, and the second cable you can use in your PC.
No, not from the not from the phone. No, I'm telling from the IO box.
That's IPPBX.
Okay.
EBPX.
IPPBX you are talking, na?
I don't know that.
Okay, SIP. So SIP trunk from which vendor you have taken?
I don't know that much also.
I think Tata or Vodafone, they will provide SIP links.
I don't know that, sir.
Okay.
See, we have one box, IO box. In that, from that box, one data port and one voice port.
So which vendor to bata do?
No, I think he's telling about
IPVX.
the wall jack.
Analog.
Yeah, wall port, wall mount, I'm saying. Yeah, IO box. That one.
Okay.
Yeah, IPPBX also comes in data ports, I mean.
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just saying about the that box is connected to the user end.
Yes, in the ODC.
Can't we use data from that voice port? We use.
So I don't know what product you are talking about. I'm also using IPPBX, Satish. Okay, so what we have LAN port and WAN port. So Jio, like one of the vendor, Jio or Tata, they have given us SIP trunk. So basically, if anybody do not know what is SIP trunk, like most of the companies, they call, right? They have their landline numbers. So like even in my office, because we also call students, okay, for courses and all. So what we have taken SIP trunk. Okay. So the SIP trunk is like an internet cable, and that cable goes in IPPBX. Okay. That IPPBX has two port. One is WAN port, one is LAN port. The IPPB SIP trunk cable is going in the WAN port. Okay. And my LAN device, like switches and all, they are going in the LAN port. Like all my devices, all my phones in the company, they are getting IP from the DHCP. Maybe that is my router and all. Okay. Because you want to integrate your IPPBX in your network. Right. Because all your computers, everyone is in the LAN network. So what I do, just hold on. Just 1 minute. Guys, if any doubt is remaining, so I'm sharing one link. You guys stay active on that platform. Okay, so make an account on this website and ask questions, whatever you want. Okay, and stay active. Make this bookmark. Okay, I'm sharing one video, Satish. That is my office setup, SIP trunk. Okay, check in the chat. I just shared a video. It was for It was in private. Now I just made it public. Okay, so thank you everyone. So we'll connect tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye. And again,